I was asked a while ago if I knew a set of technologies that are actually required to be able to build a mini app on that of the Telegram. And I want to answer that right here. And for those of you who are really already web developers, then building something like a mini app on that of the Telegram is something very easy. It's a breeze for you guys. Okay, so if you're already a web developer, then you have an edge above people who are not web developers. Okay, and the reason that I say that is because every app that actually run on that of the Telegram is actually a web application. Okay, so if you already know how to build an app that runs on the web, then building a mini app on that of the Telegram shouldn't be an issue for you. Okay, so with that being said, it means that the technologies that are required for you to be able to build a mini app on that of the Telegram are: number one, HTML, which you can actually use to lay out the elements of your web page, something like text, images, videos, just write about things of that nature. You can use HTML to do that. And then the next one is actually CSS, which is basically a technology that you can actually use, or a tool that you can use to lay out how you want the web page to actually appear. Okay, so if you want to make it responsive, you can use something like media query, which is actually required for you to do if your app must run on that of the Telegram, because most people actually use Telegram on their phones. So you should be able to create something that is really very responsive. Okay, you can use media query for that. And after that, you are also going to need JavaScript for interactivities. If you want to interact with the users of your application, maybe check form input and the things of that nature to validate form inputs, you can actually use JavaScript to do that. You can also use the server side if you want to, but you can use JavaScript to make that a breeze. And after that, let's say for instance that your app is actually going to require server-side interaction. You can use any type of a server-side language to be able to build that. Maybe PHP, something like Node.js. You can use something like Python. Just write about any server-side technologies that you are already using. You can make use of that, or you can learn one if you want to do that. However, if your app does not actually require any backend logics, you can just stop at building the UI, the interface with HTML, CSS, JavaScript. That's just fine if that is all that you need. Okay, so those are the things that are actually required. Okay, you can use that server side with a combination of any database to be able to save your data to a database, so that the app can actually remember what activities people have actually performed or whatever you want to do on the app. Okay, but essentially those that I have mentioned now are the set of technologies that if you know them, you can build a mini app on that of the Telegram. Okay, so that is just what that is. After that, there are quite a couple of things you can do, maybe to be able to get an API from that of the Telegram bot. Telegram actually use a bot that is actually called a bot father to be able to do this. This is typically the first thing you basically need to do. You can start a chat with them. You can use a command called something like new bot to be able to create a new book, which it will essentially ask you some questions, okay, and you answer that. And that's just one of the things I also want you guys to know. The truth now is that you don't even have to know any web technologies to be able to, in fact, you don't even have to know how to code to be able to build mini app on that of the Telegram. Okay, however, there are some extents that you can actually grow to if you don't already know how to code. Okay, so if you want to create a mini app on that of the Telegram without writing any code, you can also do that. So there is a bot that they're actually using that is actually called a bot father that you can actually interact with. If you go to your Telegram and then open up the search box and then type bot father, is going to come up, and then you can chat with that particular bot to be able to create a mini app on that of the Telegram so easily. It's really very simple to be able to do that. Okay, maybe in one of these days we're actually going to build a real app on that of the Telegram so that you guys can actually understand what I'm actually trying to illustrate. Okay, so but if you are using something like HTML and CSS, after you build that, you can actually test that locally on your system while you are still building. Okay, but once you are done building and you want to deploy that, to move that so that other users of Telegram can use it anywhere they are, you are going to need something like a host. Okay, you could host that on the cloud, and then from there they can actually access your app, and that is just what that is. Okay, so there will be something like some requirement that there will be an attachment of a bot to the name of your app or whatever domain that you're actually using. But those are the things that why we talk about them, we want to illustrate them with practicals. Okay, so if you want us to do a video on how we can practically build this, you can drop a comment in the comment section below so that we can build something of that nature in the future. Okay, so I'll put that into consideration if you guys actually need that or not. So but that's just that. If you want to build maybe a mini game or just want to push some stuff into that of the Telegram. This is just basically how it is actually done. So web developers can actually do that. Okay, you can even use things like React to build the UI. You can use Next.js. Just what about any web technologies that you are already using? All you need is to just configure some stuff. Okay, so you just want to integrate that into Telegram. So what you are going to basically do is integration. You integrate that with Telegram, and then other people can actually see that and begin to use that. So I've seen quite a lot of apps actually creating ways on that of the Telegram, like those, especially in the cryptocurrency industry. So I've seen something like a TapSwap. I've seen something like Hamster. Quite a lot of apps are already hosted on that particular platform, and it's amazing. Okay, it's amazing. Okay, so if you want to add that as a skill to what you already know how to do as a web developer, that's just fine. You just need to maybe spend a couple hours to see how you can do the integration. Okay, so that's just that. But do make sure that you make your app actually very responsive, because most people that are actually going to be using that on Telegram are actually going to be using phone to access that. So media query is actually going to come in, or you use, while developing the UI interface, you can use something like Bootstrap or something like Material CSS to be able to make sure that your app actually kind of very responsive for mobile views. So that is just what that is. And if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, and don't forget to share if you actually love it, and subscribe to the channel or follow us on Facebook. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye for now.